Welcome to this edition of the Clark Ford Instant Analysis. Chase Parham, Neil McCready. Ole Miss 31, Arkansas 17 today. The Rebels moved to 1-1 on the season, 1-0 in the SEC, and frankly, just get a lot better on both sides of the ball. The defense continues to play well. I don't guess they've allowed an offensive touchdown now in 6 quarters or so. The offense certainly clicking almost 500 yards. They dominated the game for the most part. There was one little tricky part there in the second half where Arkansas did close it after a turnover, and it seemed like they kind of got knocked back, but they found it. They really got some rhythm going in the run game, and for the most part, Ole Miss did exactly what you're supposed to do against an Arkansas team that, frankly, is probably destined to go 0-8 in the league.
Yeah, before we talk about weirdness, this was not planned, to let people know. Yeah, look, there was a lot of noise after the Memphis loss. Some of it justified, some of it, frankly, just frustration. And this team answered the bell throughout the game, like you said. Ole Miss kind of dominated the game. I mean, there's 483 yards of total offense for Ole Miss on 77 plays. They held Arkansas to 361 on 67 plays. It's not a good Arkansas team. In fact, it's a bad Arkansas team. How Ben Hicks is a starting quarterback in this league is beyond my comprehension, but regardless, he might not be after tonight. But Ole Miss did exceptionally well on defense, really throughout the game. The game got a little squirrely. I guess that was late third quarter, and then the way that Ole Miss responded to that, 2 consecutive touchdowns, boom, boom, I think speaks volumes for how much a team grew up in 1 week. Look, I talked to people around the program throughout the week, and there was no panic. There was really kind of a little bit of a bewilderment as to why people are so surprised that a young team goes to Memphis in an opener, gets shook early, doesn't quite come back, and loses. And you look at what happened tonight. Corral was very good. He wasn't perfect, and he won't be perfect as a redshirt freshman, but he was really good. Elijah Moore had a big night. They couldn't guard him.
He's dynamic. He's the best player on the team right now.
He is. Scotty Phillips was terrific. They got better up front. They still have a lot of work to do up front, and frankly, most of that work has to get done on the recruiting trail. But Nick Broker played tonight and did okay. You can build on that. Dontario Drummond had a moment or two. There's some things to build on. They got Jerry and Ely into the offense some. They got Snoop Connor into the offense some. And defensively, quite frankly, they're pretty good right now.
At the moment, 2 weeks in, Mike McIntyre might be the Broyles Award winner or what he's been able to do with this group. Because, no, seriously, though, I mean, we always make these jokes about lining up in the right place and everything, but they're around the ball. They're assignment sound right now, and that is a huge deal for this group. They've gotten so much better in the secondary. Now it is going to be noticeable. Momo Sanogo looks like Matt Luke said he's out for a while. It looked season-ending just from looking at it.
Reading between the lines, Matt
Luke
was trying to
tell us without telling us.
Yeah, without breaking hip or whatever, and without getting ahead of himself. But I think they'll be shocked if the X-ray comes back.
Jacquez Jones really going to step into a role now. It looks like he's going to get a lot of snaps. We talked to him a minute ago. We'll have coverage of that at rebelgrove.com as the week goes on. But they did. They found enough at linebacker. They did a heck of a job on Rakeem Boyd. I'm looking at it here. He only averaged 3.9 yards per carry. They would have taken that all day coming in. A guy that was just killing them last season prior to an injury.
He's good.
So they've done a great job. They're getting so much off the ends right now with Shepard. Wiley had a big sack there at one point tonight. Sam Williams. They're just kind of finding roles on defense. But the big thing for me still remains assignment sound, being in the right place, and when they make mistakes, other than one pass across the middle that we both saw and kind of talked about earlier, they were really kind of around the football. They're at least in the correct places more than often than not, and that's going to keep them in football games throughout the year if they play okay.
Here's the good news for them. Now that everybody can settle down, they won a game but can chill for a minute, they're going to lose more games. They're going to lose some games by double digits, heavy double digits in my opinion. There's some teams in the league that they're not ready for yet. But they get Southeastern Louisiana next week. It's a win. It's a week where you can develop. You can take some of this angst out, just play a game. And now the Cal game in 2 weeks is big.
It's a really big opportunity.
And the Cal game is a winnable game from all indications. And then after that, you go to Alabama and you do what everybody else does when they play Alabama. And then you come back and you play a kind of a downtrodden Vanderbilt team that got smoked at Purdue. So they still have a real shot at 4-2 at the midway mark.
And knowing you've got New Mexico State still on the schedule where you can go into the second half and go, just find one. Just find one, catch somebody on a bad day. It keeps all the goals in front. That's what tonight did.
Yeah.
After last week, Matt Luke wouldn't call it a must-win, but he did say, hey, really, really important game tonight. They got it. It does allow for that breath. It allows them to, if they can find a way past Cal, really kind of set up a chance to keep everybody in it throughout the season. And I thought that was the huge thing, because we said, hey, is it a must-win for the team? No. But is it kind of a must-win for the program? Yeah, maybe so. And I thought they got that. I thought it was a really big deal for the program tonight.
Yeah, I did too. I thought had they lost tonight, it was going to be suffocating. And the other thing that happened tonight is they had a lot of unofficial visitors here for visits. And they're telling these kids, hey, you can come here. We have a lot of work to do. You can be a part of it. You can play early. You can develop. You don't have to wait. You're going to have to play. And some kids saw that tonight. They looked out there on the field and they saw a lot of young guys playing. So there's truth in advertising. That always makes you feel good when someone says, hey, this car's going to do this, and then you get in it and it does it. You're like, okay, well, I got a good deal. That's how they kind of feel about recruiting right now. It's going well. They're still working on some impact guys. J.J. Pegues was there tonight. Reggie Grimes was there tonight. Some guys saw that, hey, I can get on the field quickly and play a big role. That's attractive to kids. So I thought it was a really good night for the program. Again, the heavy lifting is still right in front of them. There's a lot to do, and this season can still go south and go squirrely in a hurry, but it didn't tonight. And tonight it gives them a chance to breathe, to continue to build on it. It was as big of a win as a team that is not a contender for a championship can have.
Yeah, sets up a really huge game again against Cal. We'll talk about it when time comes, but probably pretty quick. The Steelers will win, and they get into that game against the Bears, who play Washington tonight at some point. So big day for the program. Ole Miss gets the win, 31-17, really 31-10. It was a mop-up score late that had no meaning whatsoever. So Ole Miss takes care of business, beats Arkansas, moves to 1-1.
I'm going to guess that Cole and Jackson's parents disagree with your
They think it's a really big deal.
They would probably say that 6-yard catch from Nick Starkel was a big deal.
It was not. Ole Miss 31, Arkansas 17. Plenty of coverage at rebelgrove.com today and through the week, and we'll see you again next week.